Bears, stop investing in smaller time frames and pay attention to the context of the bigger picture. Bitcoin is currently sitting at one of the most important levels of this entire cycle. A level that could easily decide whether this market pushes toward a new all-time high or whether we're about to see the start of a much deeper pullback. Right now, on the higher time frame, Bitcoin is moving inside a ranging structure and slowly compressing between support and resistance levels. And historically, when Bitcoin reaches this kind of compression, the breakout that usually follows is pretty wild. But here's the important part. Back in 2023, a very similar structure appeared, okay? And instead of breaking higher, the structure actually turned into a broader bearish move. So the real question right now is this: are we about to see another bullish expansion toward new all-time highs? Or is Bitcoin preparing for the same bearish structure that we saw before? Now, people, in this video, I'm going to show you the key level on the 3-week Bitcoin chart. Also, why the daily structure is still very delicate right now. Also, the 4-hour trade setup that is playing out nicely. The Morpho trade update as price holds above the first profit objective. And my new Pippin trade, the setup with a 4-to-1 reward risk. And if you enjoy videos like this instead of hype and nonsense, make sure you subscribe. All you have to do is go to the links in the description, press this button right here, and you are in. All right? And share this with someone who thinks the next Bitcoin move is obvious, especially if it'll make them angry. Okay, because right now, it's anything but obvious. All right? So let's get into the details and we'll go from there. Let's go! So first, my favorite guy. While Bitcoin is sitting at a major support level on the charts, something very interesting is happening on the macro side, because right now, institutions and governments around the world are starting to make very clear moves. First, we got a statement from Michael Saylor. Let's take a quick listen to this, shall we?
Is there ever too much Bitcoin for you to own? Like if you could own all of it, would you?
I don't think we'll get all of it. I don't think in the range of 3 to 5 or 3 to 7% is too much. BlackRock has got more than
I just
us.
wonder. I was thinking about the mental exercise of if you could actually own all of it, like if you would even, bless you, if you would want it.
Okay, you got the idea. Yeah, okay, anyway, so here's the thing, right? Now, he revealed that Strategy could potentially buy up to $1.5 million worth of Bitcoin, people. Or 1.5 million Bitcoin, never mind dollars. And think about that for a second. 1.5 million Bitcoin. That is an enormous amount. But keep something in mind. This video, if you look at the price of Bitcoin, Bitcoin was 114,592 at the time of this video, which means this is an old video. So please keep that in mind. He said that he doesn't think 3 to 5% or even 3 to 7% of the Bitcoin supply is too much. In other words, the accumulation is a serious game. Just understand that these videos are being recycled. Okay, now let's move on to the next one here. So we have this, right? Now, so this is another interesting development. Recently, the country of Pakistan officially enacted the Virtual Assets Act of 2026, which is the country's first national law regulating Bitcoin. Let's take a quick listen.
We have successfully implemented deep-rooted structural macroeconomic reforms, modernized and broadened our taxation system, intensified efforts to mobilize productive investment, and embraced digitization, AI, and crypto as the tools of the future. Strategic partnerships, including our all-weather cooperation with China through the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor under President Xi Jinping's landmark Belt and Road Initiative, are...
Okay, good enough, my friend. We got the idea. So this is important because what we're seeing now is global competition around cryptocurrency regulation. Countries are no longer debating whether it's a problem or not. They're competing to embrace it. And when we have another major statement coming from the United States, like this one, let's take a listen. We got this. President Trump just said he'll support the right to own your own addresses, your own keys in Bitcoin for America's 50 million cryptocurrency holders. Okay, so you should have your own keys, meaning people having full control over their Bitcoin. And on top of that, he also repeated his goal of making the United States the main global cryptocurrency hub of the world, right? So when you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, this is what you're starting to see. Very interesting. Institutions are accumulating, governments are creating regulation, and political leaders are openly supporting cryptocurrency adoption. All of this is happening while Bitcoin is sitting at a massive structural level on the chart. And historically, when strong macro narratives align with important technical levels, that's usually when big moves get started. All right, let's get into the charts. So the 3-week time frame, Bitcoin has been moving inside. Wait a minute. Yeah, this is it. Inside this range you could see here, right? Inside of this large ranging structure for quite some time. But right now, Bitcoin is sitting at this key level we've talked about. So this is where things get interesting. When we go back, right, to 2023, Bitcoin reached a similar structural situation, and then it broke lower, right? So when it broke, it shifted into like a bearish structure, and people weren't expecting that. So the question becomes this: are we about to see the same structure repeat again? Because if buyers manage to hold this level and push higher, the next logical move could be a continuation to new all-time highs, which means going back above the 126K level, right? But if this level breaks, then, we can see a test of the 50K region. So you have to keep that in mind, that possibility still exists. And that's why this area becomes so important to pay attention to. Now, let's move along here and take a look at the daily time frame, because here the structure becomes a lot clearer. So previously, Bitcoin was following the major trend line, right? It broke the support, which was keeping this bullish move going for a little time. Right now, when it broke that trend line around that 90K area, it went straight to the 60K area, right? Or 59K. Now, from there, Bitcoin has been sideways. It's maintaining its support. So something interesting is occurring here. Price moved and tapped straight into the weekly fair value gap, as you could see, and it also rejected it, and it consumed buy-side liquidity sitting above the range. Now, after that liquidity sweep, the market started getting slow again. This is important because it brings us to the most important level right now, this green support line. If Bitcoin manages to hold this level and close above it, then there's still a strong chance that buyers can regain this control of the market, which would translate into a higher low. But if price closes dramatically below this, then the situation changed completely, because losing this level would signal that the buyers are losing control of the market. And this level is the line between the bullish continuation or the bearish continuation. So keep that in mind. All right, let's move on to our trade updates. We have the 4-hour trade. Right now, this trade has been playing out exactly as planned. Price reacted perfectly from our entry zone. It was shared in Telegram, and the structure continues moving in the way we expect. Now, here's the key detail. Even though the trade is working, right, there is still a lot of room for this price to move a lot lower, as you can see here. This is short term. Now, think of it like this, right? The reason is simple. If you look below the current structure, there are multiple liquidity levels, right? And liquidity, remember, it acts like a magnet for the market, which means there's a strong chance that Bitcoin moves toward these liquidity zones before determining its next move, right? So because of that, I've defined my profit objectives, which sit exactly around those levels. So the plan is simple. Let the market move, take the partials at the defined levels, and manage the trade step by step, okay? We let the market help us. The market reveals its hand. All right, let's talk about Morpho real quick, right? So this has been running for quite some time. Right now, it continues to hold above the first profit objective, as you can see here. And what we'd like to see, though, is we'd like to see this thing move toward the second profit objective, right? So risk management is the priority. So if price decides to reverse and break from here, the trade is still protected because the stop loss has been moved up to the 1.6642 level, which sits below the key structural support, right? Inside that fair value gap, actually the bottom part of it. So if price holds the support, the trade may continue to the second profit objective. If it breaks the structure, then we get stopped out and we move on to the next setup, okay? No emotions, we just follow the plan. Very simple. Now, check this out. We have a new trade idea. This was also, the details in the Telegram channel was shared, so make sure you're in there. This is a 4-to-1 reward risk, okay? Now, it's not in play yet because the trade actually has to be, we need the confirmation, right? So price is moving inside this consolidation and it's developing the liquidity inside the range. But above this structure, there's a very clear area of buy-side liquidity. That's up in this area right here, okay? The liquidity pool is sitting above the highs. And the markets love to consume liquidity before making the real move. So here's the idea behind this trade. So I'm expecting price to push higher first, consume that buy-side liquidity, and then once it's consumed, the market could potentially reverse lower. From a risk management perspective, this trade offers a 4-to-1 reward risk, which makes the setup very attractive. For this trade, I am risking 2% of my account, and I'm using 8 times leverage. So the risk is controlled. Now, the job is simply to let the setup play out. Remember, the idea, the details will be shared in Telegram. So if you're not in there, I don't know what you're waiting for. Okay, let's talk about the trade challenge, right? The $10,000 to $100,000 trade challenge. The entire purpose is to show how following the plan can grow your account over time. No hype, no gambling, just structured trades and proper management. Right now, we have multiple trades playing out. We have the Bitcoin trade, we have the Morpho trade, and then we have the new Pippin setup, all right? Some trades will win, some trades, they're not going to win. But the key is following the same rules every single time, because trade success doesn't come from one trade. It comes from following a system over dozens and dozens of trades. And that's exactly what this challenge is all about. Now, people, keep in mind, all of these leveraged trades are done on the MEXC platform. Okay, the reason is simple. When you trade with leverage, the fills matter a lot. So you need fast fills, you need deep liquidity, you need low slippage, and you need reliable order fills. That is exactly why I use MEXC for these setups. There's also a special campaign currently running for the community, right? You can check it out using the link in the description. All you need to do is sign up using the referral link, right? Deposit 100 USDT within 7 days, trade $1,000 worth or more in the futures, and the first 40 users will receive a $50 USDT futures bonus. So if you were planning to use MEXC anyway, this is a great opportunity to get that started. All right. Now, also remember, we're tracking everything on the Profits Precision platform. So professional traders, they don't rely on just memory, they rely on data. Here on this platform, we track the win rate, the reward risk, the net profitability, the trade consistency, everything. If you're not journaling your trades, you're basically blind. And this challenge is about growing an account that compounds over time. Okay, so by the way, this is completely free to use, so make sure you do it, people. Take advantage. All right, now, people, listen up. Now, listen, Bitcoin is sitting at a massive decision level. Liquidity is growing across the market, and the next major move could be occurring very soon. And that's exactly why I'm watching the charts very closely right now. I am sharing new trades almost every single day, updated live in my Telegram channel. All the entries, the stops, the profit objectives, the full management, everything gets shared there before the move occurs. So if you want to follow the $10,000 to $100,000 challenge in real time, just go to the description, right? You see the link, you can expand it right here, and you click on that link, and you're there. Join the Telegram in the description. It's free. Take advantage of it, people. All right, so again, people, stay calm, follow the trades. If you're timid, trade on paper, see for yourself. But either way, let the market reveal its hand first. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Let's go!